All right. So last time we got together, we talked about the first of the 6 C's, and that first C is confidence. And the reason we're talking about 6 C's is because we're living at a time that's unlike any other, in which the worst thing you can do is be who God created you to be. The worst thing you can do is be a man. We live in a world where everybody wants to redefine masculinity. They want to tell you that if you are a man, you're toxic. If you make a decision, you're being overbearing. If you take action, you're acting out of line. But here's what you read in Genesis. It says, God created them male and female. Now, I don't know about you, but just by show of hands, how many of you agree that God created you a male? I should see every hand in the air. Which means, if you want to know what it means to be a man, you cannot ask a female. You have to ask the God who created you. So last week, the first C was confidence, which means to live your life with faith. The second C is commitment. And commitment follows confidence because whatever you have confidence in, you're going to be committed to. In the book of Hebrews, it says that we are partakers of Jesus Christ if we hold fast to our confidence unto the end. Now, you might disqualify that and say that sounds way too biblical, but here's what it means. If you stick with what you start with, you're like Jesus. Why? Because that's what Jesus did. Even when he didn't want to finish it, he finished it. Even when he said, is there another way? Is it possible that this cup would pass from me? He finished that prayer by saying, nevertheless, I'm committed. Not my will, but thine be done. Commitment doesn't show up when you're doing your will. It's easy to be committed to the things that you love. You don't have to ask a man what he's committed to. Just watch. You don't have to ask a guy if he goes to the gym. He's committed to the gym. You don't have to ask a guy if he's committed to, anyway. How many of y'all are committed to the Cowboys? And what have they done for you since the 90s? You're not committed to them for any other reason than you love them. And the thing about commitment that you have to understand is that there's nothing convenient about commitment. Commitment is what you do when you don't want to do it. And the important thing about commitment is the example that you set for your family. Commitment has an impact long after you're gone because what you commit yourself to, your children will commit themselves to. And what you refuse to commit to, your children will use your willingness to quit as their excuse to quit when the time comes. You quit trying, they'll quit trying. You quit working, they'll quit working. You quit on the marriage, they'll quit on the marriage. You quit giving your best, they'll quit giving their best. But when you say, you know what, even though it's not convenient, I'm going to stay committed, then you're setting an example that others can follow. The world needs you to be a man. My grandfather, he was born in 1912. Whenever World War II started, he and a bunch of his friends lied about their age so they could go fight. That's a man. We're living in a world where men are lying about their gender so they can go play in a girl's sport. You don't think we've come a long way the wrong way? If the world needs anything right now, it needs you to be committed to being the man that God created you to be. Amen? All right, let's play ball.